Hello everyone. So I am recording this session. Purpose is to make you practice or to discuss how to solve the questions related to the probabilities. Okay. So this is going to be a very healthy discussions where we are going to solve the question. So I have one suggestion. Okay. Though you know all the concepts, you have watched all the lectures, you have practiced the questions. Now with me, you are solving the questions. Clear? There is a suggestion. You see the question in front of your screen, just pause the video, solve it, then play the video and see whether your answer is matching with my answer, the way I have solved it, whether it is matching with your way of solving, or whether you have solved it in a different manner but coming to the same conclusion. So it's not at all a point of discussion, but yes, it will give you a very healthy set of practice when it comes to the questions. Okay, so let us start with the first one. The question which you see on your screen: let A and B two mutually exclusive events, clear, with probability A is this and probability of B is this, clear. So now you need to see that which one is correct considering all the four options, clear. So if two events are mutually exclusive, clear, then definitely both cannot occur together. Means if I'm saying that mutually exclusive, like head and tails, is it possible that both will come at the same point of time? Answer is no. So you see that probability of happening A and B together is 0, clear. Hence the answer is going to be C over here. Are you clear? This is how you need to solve the questions, clear. They are very short, simple and precise, clear. Now moving ahead with the next question. The probability that three students will earn A on an exams are 0.2, 0.25 and 0.30 respectively. This is the probability of three students: student number 1, student number 2 and student number 3. If each student performance is independent of that of the other two students, the probability that all the three will earn the A is closest to. Means it's like the grading of A. There are 100 students in the class, but I am taking 3 students, 1, 2 and 3. It is saying that first student will bring A grade, probability is only 20%, clear. Second student will bring grade A, the probability is 0.25 and third is 0.30. Now they are saying that what is the probability that three of them will score A grade? What is the probability of that? Clear? It's like joint probability. So what I'll do, I'll multiply the probability of 1 with the multiply of the probability of 2 and multiply it with the probability of 3. Hence I'll get the answer. So what you are doing, you are solving 0.20, multiply it with 0.25, multiply it with 0.30. Hence your solution is going to be 0.0150. This is the answer. So here it is, answer is A, clear. Now coming to the third question. The following table summarizes the availability of trucks with airbags, okay, and bucket seat at a dealership, clear. So with airbags, clear, and bucket seats, there are 75 and 50 are those trucks which have the airbags but no bucket seats, clear. So total 125 trucks are there who have the airbags but don't have the, out of 125, 50 trucks are those who don't have the bucket seats, clear. Okay, no airbags. There are 95 trucks which don't have airbags, clear, but they have bucket seats, and out of 95, 60 trucks don't have bucket seats, they don't have airbags, clear. So if you'll ask me how many total number of trucks are there, sir, the answer is 220. Okay, I'm discussing all the possible points, clear. Now the question is, sir, how many trucks are there with the airbags? 125. how many trucks are there without airbags? 95. Sir, how many trucks are there with bucket seats? Answer is 110. Sir, how many trucks are there without bucket seats? Answer is 110. Now the question is, sir, how many trucks are there with airbag and with bucket seats? Answer is 75. Clear? Sir, how many trucks are there without airbags and without bucket seats? Answer is 60. Are you clear with this? Now let's see what the question is. What is the probability of randomly selecting a truck with airbag and a bucket seat? 75. Out of how many trucks are there? 220. Clear? So what is the answer? 0.34. Clear? Very easy questions. All you need is a grip over it. Clear? Question number 4. If a fair coin is tossed twice, means you are tossing the coin first time, then again second time. Clear? Now what is the probability that you will obtain the head both the time? You will obtain the head both the time. Means first time you toss, there is a possibility of head or there is a possibility of tail. Again, second time you tossed, there is a possibility of head and there is a possibility of tails. Now they are asking that in both the toss, what is the probability that you are going to get head and head only? Clear? So now tell me what is the probability. See, what is the probability that you will get the head? 1 by 2. What is the probability you will get the head? 1 by 2. And you want head in both the cases. So joint probability 1 by 2 multiplied with 1 by 2. The answer is 1 by 4. Clear? Coming to question number 5. If the outcome of event A is not affected by event B, clear? Then A and B event are said to be, see, if they are not affected means what? They are independent. They are independent. Clear? So sir, one thing is clear, it is going to be statistically independent. Clear? Coming to question number 6. Now there is a bond here, and bond rated B have 25% chance of default in the 5 years. There is a bond and we have the rating of B, and B rated bond, there is a chance that it will default. And what is the probability? 25%. Clear? There is another bond, triple C. What is the probability that this bond will default? 40%. Clear? A portfolio consisted of 30% of B and 70% of triple C. Now, if randomly selected bonds will default in a period of 5 years, what is the probability that it was B rated bond? Clear? It's like you have a basket. In this basket, 30% is your portfolio B and 70% is your portfolio triple C. Clear? Now there is one bond that is defaulted. Clear? And you randomly selected that bond. Clear? And that, what is the probability that that bond which you have selected from this bucket is the bond B? Clear? Hopefully you are understanding. Now the complication started. Till now we are focusing on the very easy things. Now we are working on something complicated where you have to use your brain. So take your time, solve it. Now, there is one solution of doing this question is via Bayes theorem. That is the Bayes theorem formula. Clear? Another way, the way I solve conceptually. Okay. So one thing is clear to me, sir. I have a portfolio, clear, where 30% of my portfolio is comprised of the bond B and 70% is comprised of the bond triple C. Clear? Now, sir, I am asking what is the probability of default in my portfolio. So first, what is the probability of default for bond B? How to calculate that? Sir, 0.30 multiply it with 0.25. This will give me the probability of default for bond B. How much it is coming? So 0.075. Clear? Now, similarly, we can calculate the probability of triple C, that is your 0.7 multiplied with 0.4, it is 0.28. Now what is the probability of default? What is the probability of default of the whole portfolio? 0.075 plus 0.28, 0.355. This is the probability of default in this portfolio. Now they are asking me, sir, this is the portfolio. In this portfolio, this is the probability of default. If I pick one, what is the probability that it is B? And now B have both default and non-default. See, in this bucket, suppose there are 100 bonds. Okay, 100 bonds. Out of these 100 bonds, only 35.5 bonds are going to default. Clear? Now out of these 100 bonds, 30 bonds are of B grade and 70 bonds are of triple C grades. Clear? Okay. Sir, out of these 30 bonds, 7.5 bonds are those which will default. Clear? And remaining 22.5 bonds are those which will not default. So which will not default is not required for me, okay. Similarly over here in 70, 28 bonds are those which will default and 42 bonds are those which will not default. Now I'm not discussing about these two. Now what they are asking me, sir, there is a default, that means I'm talking about 35.5. Sir, I'll pick a bond and that will be B and that is defaulted. What is the probability? 7.5 divided by 35.5. 7.5 divided by 35.5 will give me the answer. Clear? So the answer is A. So I solve like this, no need of formula. Practical understanding that how things are moving ahead. Okay. Now we will solve more question to have a grip over it. Now pause the video and now solve this question number 7. Okay. Hopefully you have solved it. Now, given the following table about employees of a company based on whether they are smokers or non-smokers. Okay, smokers or non-smoker, suffering from allergy, they don't suffer from allergy. Total number of people 300. Out of 300, 90 are suffering from the allergy. 210 they don't have allergy. Out of 360 are the smokers, 240 are the non-smokers. Clear? Now they are asking me, given a problem based on whether they are smoker or non-smoker, whether or not they suffer from the allergy, what is the probability of both suffering from allergy and not suffering from allergy? What is the probability? That means you are picking up a person. What is the probability that he is either suffering from allergy or not suffering from allergy? So now this is a very intelligent question. What they are saying, I want a person who is suffering from allergy and not suffering from allergy. Sir, how is it possible that a person will have allergy and will not have allergy? Either they will have allergy or not. Are you clear? So the probability is 0. I'll not find a single person out of the 300 who will have allergy and who will not have allergy. So the answer is C. Very simple, intuitive, no need to solve. Clear? Coming to the next question, question number 8. Now, Thomas Binus has applied to both Harvard and Yale's. Binus has determined that the probability of getting into the Harvard is 25 and the probability of getting into the Yale is 42. Okay. See, basically he's applying for the college. There are two colleges, Harvard and Yale. The probability that he will get the admission in Harvard is 25 and in the Yale it is 42%. Binus has also determined that the probability of being accepted at both the school is 2.8. Both the schools means joint probability. H and Y is 2.8%. What is the probability of Binus being accepted at either Harvard or Yale? Either he will got accepted in Harvard or either he will get accepted in the Yale. What is the probability of that? So pause the video and solve it. So now what I'm trying to convey over here, sir, either he will select it in Harvard, this is the probability, either he will select it in Yale, this is the probability. Sir, there is one more probability, that what if he'll get the admission in both? But I don't want this information. I want only the information that either he got admission in Harvard or Yale, not both. Clear? So what is the probability of getting in Harvard? 25. What is the probability of getting in Yale? 42. What is the probability of getting both? Sir, I want to remove that probability, because see, it's like this. It's a Venn diagram like this. This is Harvard and this is Yale, and this is yours 2.8%. So what is the probability only for Harvard? This is only for Harvard. And what is the probability only for Yale? Clear? So this whole total was 25 and this whole total was 42. So what I am doing, I am removing this portion of 2.8%. Are you clear? This is my solution. So 25 plus 42 minus 2.8, 64.2%. So the answer is going to be B. Clear? Now coming to question number 9, very easy. Pause the video and solve it. If the probability of both a new Walmart and a new Wendy's being built next month is 68% and the probability of new Walmart being built is 85%. Clear? Means there are two possibilities that you will get two malls around you. For the Wendy, the probability is 68%, and for the Walmart, probability is being 85%. What is the probability of new Wendy being built if a new Walmart is built? Pause the video and solve it. Sorry, there is one mistake in the interpretation. This 68% is for Wendy and Walmart. Okay, 68 for Wendy and Walmart both, because there you see the probability of both a new Walmart and a new Wendy is 68% and the probability of new Walmart is 85%. So this is a combined probability and this is a individual probability. Now they are asking me what is the probability of new Wendy. Now they are asking me, see, what is the probability of just a Wendy to be built if a new Walmart is built. Clear? So it's a condition based. First I need to fulfill the condition that Walmart is built. Clear? Now what is the probability after that the new Wendy's is built, after being the Walmart is built? So how can I write this? Probability of A, probability of B, and probability of AB. Okay, and what I want to calculate is probability of A by B. Clear? This is what I want. What is B? Walmart. Clear? And what is A? Is Wendy. Clear? So what I know, the probability of B. Do I have the information of probability of B? Yes, 85%, 0.85. Clear? Now there is one more information given to me, is the probability of AB. What is the probability of AB? 0.68. Clear? Now with this information, can you calculate the new information? Do you remember the Bayes theorem? Do you remember the Bayes theorem? Probability of AB is equals to probability of A by B multiplied with probability of B, or can you write it in another way? Probability of B is equals to probability of A by B divided by probability of AB. This is also another way of writing it. So now in this information, I have this information and also I have this information. So can I calculate this information? Just simply the multiplication of probability of B and multiplied with probability of AB. What you will get? Probability of A by B. Clear? So are you clear with this? Okay, sorry, I have written it opposite, because if I have to calculate this one, and this is the multiplication, by mistake it was written down, so I have taken it opposite. So it is probability of AB divided by probability of B is equals to probability of A by B. Clear? So what is the probability of AB? 0.68. And what is the probability of B? 0.85. What is the probability of A by B? 0.80. Are you clear? What is the probability? 0.80. Clear? Now let us solve one more question, the last question for this lecture, and then we'll end this lecture here. An investor has A rated bond, double B rated bond, and triple C rated bond. Okay, A, double B, and triple C. The probability of default for the next 3 years are 4%, 12%, and 30%. What is the probability that all of these bonds will default in the next 3 years if the individual default probabilities are independent? Means A is not linked to B, B is not linked to C, or A is also not linked to C in any manner. Now they are asking me, what is the probability that all these bonds will default in the next 3 years? Are you clear? All these bonds will default in the next 3 years. So that you need to calculate. So point is very simple. So I want to calculate a joint probability. Multiply them and you will get the answer as 0.14%. This is the answer. 0.14%. Clear? Very simple. So I have practiced all possible different types of questions here. So remaining questions you can practice it from here. Clear? I am ending this lecture here. Thank you.